and I have to make an entrance with my book. So pizza, I'm presenting before you. Oh, I need my mitts, oven mitts, because it's hot, piping hot from the oven. Part two comes the Canada Code Blaze. And I have a part three coming up, but no cooking, hockey, and a second order differential equation, I promise you, which is not going to disappoint you. It's going to look at the last year's Stanley Cup winners. All right, so this is the pizza. Basil was all, I had all wilted, and my husband canceled. We're going to a Nick Cave concert tonight. This is like the fourth or the fifth time I'm seeing him. My husband's favorite. All right, the man is simply amazing. As musicians should be, because we are paying a lot of money to see them. All right, so he said tha because he also had pizza in the afternoon. But I love store-bought pizza, and my pizza is pretty good because over the years it's developed and evolved into a store sellable form. But it's a lot greasier, their pizza, and well, anyways, what do we have for the pizza? Just a quick overview. This is a mixing bowl, spice mixing bowl, and my husband's younger cousin, who is also younger than me, by 5, 6 years. From because my husband's 5 years older than me, so like 10 to 11 years younger than my husband. Who lives in Seattle. Remember, our son got his master's in public policy from the University of Washington. So she was kind of there with her husband, and both of them sort of, saw to it that if he was sick and things like that. So spice mixing bowl, and as a shopaholic, this is what I recommend to you with store-bought pizza sauce or pizza sauce made from scratch. Sometime I'm going to try Romano puffs with Romesco sauce. You would love it. Romesco sauce is simply amazing. All right. So I got that from a food and drink magazine, Canadian Living, I think. Yeah, the recipe. Yeah, with flatbread pizza and asparagus and yeah. So okay. All right. So now I was sitting in the morning thinking, what math I should, and what is the disc slicer? All right, you want to get your slices right, thin and nice. Otherwise, a little too thick, too onionish, too tomato-ish. Get a disc slicer. But you got to watch out, because the disc slicer kind of, you really. I wonder if they have some mitts for kitchen, cooking. That would be nice, like an apron, which protects your hands. That would be the best thing. I have heat-resistant gloves, picked up from Uline, but for making. I think I've shared this with you for making truffles, hot truffles, shaping, you can quite shape them and make them into balls. And then there's a Canada variation with chickpeas flour and, nuts and butter or ghee, if you prefer ghee, and all the stuff. And for all that, particularly in summer, the hands get too hot, and so the heat resistant gloves I recommend. But it's also meant for work, and I think they don't like it if people buy it just for cooking or not for, because it's to people high temperature, people who work with plastics and polymers, that sort of thing. Yeah, even maybe injection molding and that sort of thing. Yeah. So, anyways, I was sitting this morning and out of the blue, see how well math has come into me over all these years of research, study, to begin with study, and then, of course, turning in assignments and exams. So I thought, pizza, what? dr by d theta plus r. So dr by d theta, dr by plus r is equal to a function of theta. So, and I looked up the Bible or the Gita, all right, the Bhagavad Gita for mathematics for undergraduate students. We have evolved into graduate level and, of course, graduate level degrees with experience. And all right, and we have linear differential equation, closer. And the form I spoke about is here. Homogeneous is would be equal to 0. Non-homogeneous would be equal. And these are linear differential equations, first order. Of course, first order, dr by d theta, right? It would be first order. And non-homogeneous would be if it's equal to a function of theta, which it is here. So I want to see if my yesterday's calculations work out right, and I have done these calculations. The 20-degree theta angle for the flan, yeah, and 20-degree theta angle, and 8 inches diameter, which is 4 inches radius. So these are my calculations, and you see f1 theta, which goes here, is cos theta, and f2 theta, which comes here, f2 of theta is tan theta by 2. So that's what. So I'm going to see if this equation, dr by d theta, an empirical solution, of course. You could try integrating and solving, and there you go. I sense my professors in the back of my mind saying, because so I used to play a little bit of truant during my undergraduate days. Graduate school, I was a sincere, honest worker. I keep saying, my husband's demands, my wifely duties, not to mention homemaking. So I imagine them saying, my Miss Seetharam, you really have certainly evolved to a wonderful engineer. But with all their encouragement, of course, and their support, silent support, unspoken, and etc. Silent support, of course, except for Professor Allen, who's given the occasional word of praise, and Brad Sewell before him, the nod of encouragement. That's it. Maybe semblance of a smile. I see it, Brad, coming back in my memory. And something's happened to the YouTube camera. So tan theta by 2. So let's see if this is good. But before that, as a shopaholic, for this, I'll present a piece of dialogue. I don't want it to fit into a nice pattern, because this is just me. And you all know I'm qualified in chemical engineering and related areas because of other coursework and etc. So I'll just give out my spiel as the shopaholic. I simply must get the spice right for all my dishes, for spice brings the niceties of life. I even should mix my sweet spice in the same bowl. And of course, I mentioned the gift and sweet spice. Can you take trash talk? Trash talk, people? How about them Toronto Maple Leafs? They are going to get you. Wait and watch. Or the Winnipeg Jets. Or, I'm not into it yet. I just watched a little bit here and there. I saw, who was it? I forgot. Montreal Canadiens. One of them score a goal. Yeah, and then I switched because there was Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. And so how many ever times I watch these movies, but it's becoming a little too familiar. But I watch them in bits and pieces because they show them in the dark hours of the night, past 10, and I fall asleep. So, anyways, so let's see if this equation works here. If it does, then as Euclid found out, universal circles, like the circumference by radius, which is equal to 2 radius, 2 times radius is equal to pi. So he measured many circles. This would hold true maybe, but last check would be that. And I have another, this Carla Corbule in a heart-shaped pan towards me, towards you, towards me, towards you. And we will see this too. So 3 circles. If it matches, then that's pretty good evidence, pretty good proof that this could also be a function. This is the universal equation for a circle. So here goes. We are going to measure the theta. I thought I don't need to cut. Should I cut it? We'll do the pizza cutter. All right, so I'm going to cut it and cut it. Okay, cut, and we'll see if the theta. All right, so I have to show you people the theta measurement. So theta would be this way. I will look at it this way. All right, or because this way, or you could measure it that way too. So this way, 0, 0. I'll do this way. What do we get? 20 degrees. Okay, with this way, the rest way measure. Oh no, it's different. Showing 10 degrees. So here, so showing 10 degrees. Or we got here, this is 0. So this is 0. 0. So the arc is, oh no, here, I have to see the angle here. So 20 degrees, 20 degrees. Okay, so 20 degrees or 10 degrees. All right, which means, I'll put it here. Okay, 10 degrees, which means if it is 10 degrees, then theta is 10 degrees, then, okay, we'll solve for both. If it matches, because I don't know, for some reason, yesterday was complete fuzzy logic, not getting the right theta. I don't know. Maybe somebody watched it and jinxed me. All right, so we will just see quickly. So DR, here, it's all on the packaging label. It's 31.1 centimeter. So the thickness also for a pizza pan, right? So 31.1 centimeter by 2 is equal to R, and theta is 10 degrees or 20 degrees. So DR, so a little strip, but I'm going to just take it as R by theta. I mean, because this little strip is going to hold true for all over the circle. So that would be so that would be by 20 degrees theta by d theta. Okay, so 31. So we are going to go to Excel now. Okay, is equal to, all right, is equal to 31.1 by 2 by theta. If it's by 10, yeah, it's just a movement past in the decimal place, right? 0.775, or we will 0.7775 plus, we just going to plug in cos theta, that sort of thing, is equal to, I'm going to do again, 31.1 by 2 by 10, 1.55. All right, so this is for 20 degree angle, this is for 10 degree angle, 1.555. So cos theta, cos 20, okay, fx, cos theta, we have to go to trigonometric functions, cos theta, okay, 20.4 Cos theta 20. Oh, this is of course zero point 0.4 multiplied by 20. So we'll just see if and then tan theta tan tan yeah tan tan is absolute. I'm getting absolute. We'll see if Google helps out. Okay, I have to go to RST tan. All right, tan. Okay. Tan 20. Okay, 2.23. So this is, I'm checking if it's universal. All right, so we go here. Next is equal to 2.23 tan theta by 2 is equal to 0.23. Oh, for some reason, I'm getting the commas here. 1.1155. And if this is true, then, okay, that's points plus... so we are checking first if it's 8. 8, and then of course you have the radius r, so that would be star 31.1 by 2. Oh, this is how skyrocketing. 0.4 multiply 0.4. This is all centimeter. I think I need to convert this into meter. Cos theta 20. No, this didn't come out right. 124 point. So this would be dr by d theta is 0.775 plus 0.4 is cos theta. Okay, I've already given a number for this. 28.8, 2 plus 2 is equal to tan theta by 2, 1.115. So 2.7775 is equal to f of tan theta by 2. If I were to give here close, I would get a close answer. Tan theta and not by 2, then I would have I would have to have the equation as dr by d theta plus cos theta multiplying r is equal to tan theta. No, tan theta by 2 divided by 2, because then close answer, close. So it's almost universal, but you have to see the radius is different. It's a p. I would like to think it's a pizza. It's spice. It's going to be a little more exacting. But my female professors were also very difficult. Professor Phillips, this is to you. Professor Chang, well, I'm waiting, Professor Chang, for an improvement on my grade. So this is hard. And maybe as an exercise, or why don't I check this out? 10 maybe as an exercise. This is pretty close. All right, so tan theta. So the function is not universal. That is what I want to say. So this is not like what Euclid found. Circumference by radius by 2 times by diameter is equal to 22 by 7. But this is close. So there would be variations of cos theta and tan theta. And but I don't know if I got the somehow a fuzzy mindedness. If I got the theta right. So that's my presentation for workaholic. I already spoke about s- um my shopaholic portion, and for sexaholic, I have a short four-line song, and with a bit of a twist to it, yeah. And I have to say, the book Thyra Wilbur Smith has said three metaphors: nectar of roses, courtyard of skulls. Ooh, but this is good. Blue water lily in the Nile waters. And interestingly enough, Egypt uses flax as India does. That I've mentioned this. And quickly, all right, and then I'm gonna be back and back again. Spotify. Spotify. Look, let me know. Before it's dead, because of the risk in the bed, the tree, the evenings of splendor in the sweat, I see the that dwells in me, firmly in the sight of God. Interestingly enough, cyclable in my soul, it's a wrong place for my son. But I back to mother. Because Flower of a Woman was created by love, by Led Zeppelin. Unconscious metaphor. There you go. All right, signing out. Gayatri Pisakara, one and only people who brings an engineering to YouTube. Thank you.